What's
I
up?
need to get 2 more of them. For the queen slime, I had the correct item, but I already started duplicating a little bit so I could have infinite queen slimes. But really, do I feel like fighting her infinitely? I start to wonder.
Interesting question. I don't know.
Yeah.
We like.
Well, I think
I
if we
feel
find
like.
one, then maybe we look a little bit more. But
I
oh,
feel
but
like
if we
no matter what, we
lose,
just
right?
want to fight the boss twice.
Hmm.
That way we get whatever the loot bag is. Because we don't need to fight the boss more than that.
But
But
the only way that we ensure we can fight her twice is by getting
just 2 of the item. Which
Well,
at
I
this
guess
point,
that's true. We have to win, though, right?
this is true. So at this point, it requires 3 of the item, right?
Yes. So I've already done 1, so we just need to find 2 more of them.
Yeah, so I'd find 2 more, dupe it anyway, and just good enough.
Okay. I wonder if it's affected by spawn rates again. I have all these questions that aren't things that I needed to worry about before journey mode.
It's
Now that I have
kind
control over them.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. I used to use the character editor all the time to just kind of get myself all this stuff. Because, like, I never really enjoyed having to figure out exactly what I required to, like, refight a boss every single time I needed to or anything like that. I always felt kind of like a pain in the butt from my perspective.
So we could still do that, right?
Yeah, if it would actually... So, it would almost be easier for you to do this since I'm hosting, but all you have to do is just go to the TerraSaver website and just give yourself whatever the requisite item is.
Ah. Okay. Do you want me to do that, or are you like, let's keep looking for a bit?
Depends on how long it takes. But I am super disinterested in spending like hours trying to find like a rare-ish item. Wow.
In our experience, that hasn't been the case, right?
So far, no. I keep getting attacked by those giant, like, burrowing worms. And
yeah.
to make this easier on myself, I just plunked down a bunch of my ballista. I'm trying to get rid of the meteor, so we don't have, like, little meteor things coming after us constantly, which makes no sense, because they're easy mode garbage. But I keep running into those, like, giant worms coming to attack me. And one of my ballista bolts will just kind of fly through it laterally and just destroy it. And I feel... It's odd. I feel kind of guilty, because the thing just does not stand a chance.
Why do we feel guilty about giant, crazy, flesh-eating worms?
I don't know. They're so passionate about coming after me, and my ballistas are like, new. Alright, I should probably come help. Let's see. So what are we looking for?
We're looking
What's the item
for...
called?
I think is it called Royal Gel? It had some weird name. Gelatin crystal. It looked like a little, I think, like a little queen slime almost. Oh, it's just this, like, yeah, pink, purple crystal thing.
Do you know if it shows up on, like, any of the...
It can be found on pearl stone or pink ice blocks in the underground hollow.
Oh, I found the golfer.
Kind of like a crystal shard. Oh yeah, I was watching through one of the videos, and there's a point where the golfer, like, you just, like, almost walk right by him at one point.
Oops.
It was funny. Someone called you out for it. They're like, hey, Wander. Oh, you know, now that I'm looking at what we're looking at, I wonder if this isn't just one of the gels, right? Yeah, okay, I got a gelatin crystal.
I will admit, I'm just using
all
my
over the
usual...
place?
I'm using my usual strategy of just hyper digging through everything.
Okay, I found one of them. They're pretty subtle, actually. They look a lot like the crystal shards.
Like I said, I'm just hyper digging through things. I'm gonna check my inventory in a bit and see if
Yeah.
if I've picked it up.
Keep an eye out specifically for things that look like crystal shards, but like a little bit more. I don't know. They're kind of more like diamond shaped.
Okay. Because, yeah, at this point, this biome does not threaten me in the slightest, so I'm just like, speed mode.
There's a fairy that wants to lead me to a heart crystal over here. Little does the fairy know that I'm in journey mode.
What's, that biome? Deep am I? Not
Okay,
that
I have the
deep. Why-
gelatin crystals.
Hey, you got it. Why is there a bunch of lava around here?
I just had to go like
Deeper?
I had to go look up what they look like, really. I did go deeper as well. I went to a different area where... Okay. Well, we can fight her anywhere, right?
Think so.
I can look that up briefly.
Yeah, it doesn't
only
look like
been
I
in the
got
hollow.
a single one.
Okay. Yep. I'm gonna
right.
go to our above ground hollow for this, though. You ready?
Okay.
I went to the place where the nurse and the merchant are.
Oh, we're going to that one? How big is that area?
Not super big. Do we want to go to the desert one?
Yeah, the desert one's huge.
Okay. I guess that makes sense. I guess we don't think we're gonna die on this, are we?
Probably not.
Yeah, I guess the forest pylon's the closest one. I guess it's pretty fast to get around with this fish rod in the rain. Man.
I actually have to get rid of my gravity potions. I don't really need them anymore. That's a weird feeling.
All right.
Fish run. All right.
Oh, but of course we're gonna have to fight it in a sandstorm here.
It's fine. Sandstorm gives a speed boost.
Does it?
Yeah.
Alright. Gelatin crystal it up. What kind of wild stuff happened in this sandstorm? Is that just like above ground hollow desert enemies?
I wonder if my spawn rate is high. Is your spawn rate high?
Ooh, I don't think so, but you never know with this sort of thing we've learned. Did she go down? Back up.
Yeah, she came back up. I don't think she really handles flying characters that well. Never mind!
I think once she gets angry, yes.
I'm very good at jinxing things lately. Wow, she like barely does damage? Eat sword, jerk. Alright. I'd say you want to get another one of those, but I'm going to very quickly fill in this giant gaping hole.
I think I have to get rid of the gravity potions too. Were you encountering the same problem I was, that when you had the gravity potions, they would cause you to
going up would mess you up.
my spawn rate's at 1.0, by the way, so it's not me.
I guess this area is just really aggressive.
Oh, the underground. Oh, it's the desert, I guess.
Yeah, probably also sandstorm.
Oh, I think it seems like they're sandstorm-specific enemies.
I
Well,
think,
felt like it
by the way,
suddenly went
checking your
crazy
spawn
again.
rate might have just upped it.
That would be interesting. It did. I didn't think I touched it, but I must have not closed it
I
properly.
just realized why the boss wasn't any threat to me. I was still on God mode.
She didn't hurt me at all, really.
Yeah.
Should I hit her again?
Yeah, go for it.
I did it. She's underground. Oh, I
There.
just still have.
Now she can't. Now at least she cannot go deep underground.
But she just comes back to us, right?
Yeah. Yeah, she starts flying. So, to answer your question from a while ago, when do choices matter? I feel like it needs to be an all or nothing deal, or you need to have, like, 3 important choices throughout the entire game. Otherwise, it just ends up being, frustrating. Or, like, maybe not frustrating, but, like, if my choices mean very little over the course of the game, don't have, like, a billion choices.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when you were describing Mass Effect, do you feel the same frustrations with the game Fable? Do you think it was the same kind of deal?
Fable
with that?
wasn't as bad.
Why is that?
Fable's advertising was bad because they were advertising that like everything you do matters, and it's like no, it doesn't. You hack.
Yeah,
Whereas,
because ultimately, like, Whisper disappears as soon as you had the option to kill her.
yeah,
Like,
she just
you spare
stops
her,
being an
you
important
kill her,
character,
she's just not there.
and that was kind of a tragedy. Because like I think that game would have been better if they had accounted for like 3 major decisions and then like fleshed it out. Like, are you going to be a good guy, a bad guy? Do you kill Whisper? Do you save Whisper? And
I feel like some repercussions to killing or saving Whisper would have been what really would have done that.
I know the brother attacks you if you kill her. If I remember right. Because, like, the brother was, like, the big fancy hero, and I think he was a bonus boss or something?
I don't think so. You might be thinking of a later Fable game where something like that happens, but...
No, she definitely had the big brother character.
Okay, I don't remember, like... Okay, maybe it did happen, I just, like, don't remember it or somehow avoided it.
Yeah, Thunder,
Maybe
there we go.
I might have never killed him. He killed her, I guess.
I only killed her once, and it wasn't worth it, because you just get, like, some extra gold, and you just feel like a bad person.
Yeah. Yeah, the evil route didn't serve you anything. Even when you get, like, the, like, Jack of Blades mask is, like, worse than the helmet you, like, replaced it with. And you're just like, well, all that promise of power provided me a bad mask helmet that I cannot de-equip. And that's it. Do we still need to be here?
Probably not, no. We have to go figure out where the Light Queen spawns.
Oh, yeah. I'll go look that up. You
Yeah.
do whatever you're
Let's
doing.
get out of here. This place sucks. I'm pretty sure we want to go to the other biome, the one without the desert stuff.
Without those crazy worms, just like
Causing
sandstorms last
problems.
so long too. Okay, she can be fought as soon as Plantera is defeated, so good. Killing a prismatic lacewing, which is a rare critter that spawns in the surface hollow during the night between 7 p.m. and 12 a.m. Can be detected by the lifeform analyzer. Summon the boss immediately.
Okay, I've set it to 7 p.m.
7:30 p.m. is what we want, though.
It is 7:35.
Okay, very good. I'll go take a look at what the prismatic lacewing looks like. Okay, hopefully this is apparent. You can capture it, I think, and we could probably dupe it. Yeah, 3 required. In case we want more than one shot at her.
Okay.
Do you have, by the way, I don't know what these are, forbidden fragments? I just, like, found some.
They're for a summoning set that is way past, like, we are way past that.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna put those away. Alright, so we should go up to... We should go over to the hollow biome, though.
Yep.
We could expand it a little bit. We could get some hollow seeds.
Yeah, well, there's a Clentaminator equivalent
Oh, okay.
that lets you spread the hollow. Give me a second. I'm gonna grab the treasure bag from the queen slime. I'm pretty sure most of this stuff is not actually that helpful for us, but...
I gave it to you, right? So you're able
Yeah,
to
you
keep
did.
them? Okay.
Ooh, the hook, by the way.
What is the hook?
Just teleports you to the hook location.
Oh, yeah. I guess I could upgrade this thorn hook that I still have.
I now have infinite balloons for some reason. Queen slime mask. I feel like a lot of these are not actually that helpful for me. Okay, the mount is not worth it, though.
Okay. I mean, nothing was going to beat Duke Fishron, so...
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Are you figuring out the contaminator?
Here. Yeah, I can do that real quick.
Ooh, I should get a bug net out and we can catch these.
Okay. Contaminator, we need... blue solution. Steampunker in the hollow. Well, time to move
Bring
her
her
out
here,
here,
right?
then.
Should I make another house, or are we moving someone away?
Uh,
I got one prismatic lacewing.
well, that's fast.
I set spawn rates up. I think it's making a difference. But maybe there were others and I just wasn't paying attention before. It's kind of remarkable how often that happens.
What, how many, like, rare things that we just totally miss out because we're not paying attention?
Yeah, I think just because, like, a lot of... Just in general, it's just hard to pay attention to a lot of stuff.
Especially if it's, like, a small little thing like the truffle worms. Like,
Yeah,
it's probably something that you would look at and be like, huh, neat, and then just never think about it.
Yeah. I think also, like, your brain can't really pay attention to all the information that, like, your eyes can take in.
Oh, yeah,
get
so you
good at
100%
filtering
just...
to the important stuff, but then, like, you don't know what the important stuff is.
That is actually something I struggle with, not infrequently when it comes to commentary, especially when talking to another person. That there are times where I just like, you will say something or Shell will say something, and like, absolutely, no matter how much I'm trying to pay attention to the conversation, I just lose it. I always feel kind of crappy because I'm like, I have a good excuse.
Yeah, you should feel bad for me when I'm streaming. I understand that that's what's going on. Although sometimes I'm not sure if the reason you didn't respond is because it's not something you want to discuss on stream that you don't think people will be interested in.
No, it's almost always just like, you hit my filter, and
Yeah.
whoops.
I understand that. It's like a normal thing. I'm catching lots of birds.
Dupe the birds. Ethical
I mean,
questions.
But can I just release birds? Can I do that magician thing where I just like open up
Spew
my
birds?
sleeves and just like tons of birds just spew out of them?
Probably, yeah. Oh, do I not have any torches? Ha! I don't have any torches.
Oops, see another
So I
one.
can't make any light fixtures.
All right, we're at 2. Yeah, something I've been thinking about recently. I was having a conversation with, if you remember, our friend Obsidian Acolyte, whom we'll refer to as. So his girlfriend had mentioned that. So she like went through art school herself, and she's actually currently doing a master's of fine art that she moved down to Florida for because it was like where she could get in-state tuition and was like close to family and stuff. So it kind of going through that process during the pandemic. But an interesting thing that she'd said was like things you can unlearn as part of art school, and the ways in which like because art school has to be, or at least has chosen to be quantitative, it can focus a lot on your kind of hard technical skills for art, and it can also create this kind of concern about that people are evaluating you critically in a way that like is grading, and that can like also affect the way that you perceive your own art and like think about it as you're making it. And she had felt that that had made it difficult for her to kind of approach some creative aspects of art in the same way she did before going into schooling for it. But I think the other
You
thing
mean
that I
that
thought
like
was,
criticism was kind of poisoning it for her, or
I think some degree of insecurity, but I think also that like she was worried so much not about like kind of the artistic like kind of content of the work and much more on like the technical execution of it, that it kind of like made it very small picture instead of big picture.
I don't think I ever had that quite as
Oh,
much.
okay. Yeah, and well, the last part of this, and you know, perhaps this kind of really seals it. It's not quite your experience or not. She said that like she used to paint a lot of like kind of imagined landscapes without kind of any sort of base beforehand, and that became hard for her, like kind of through art school. And I know that's kind of a big thing for you. Has this like has art education not really affected you in the same way? Is it very different of experience?
Mixed feelings. I definitely paid more attention to like reference and so on and so forth, but I don't think it really changed my topics. I definitely got I'd almost say not more bitter, but I feel like it did change like a fair whoops. I guess I've spread too much hollow. All right, whatever. Let's see. Oh, did the rain end?
But does
There we go.
the prismatic pixie thing spawn in the rain?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Well, we do have 2 of them now, just by the way. So we don't need to keep going. But we only need 1 more.
So I'm thinking about this art school changing how I looked at art. I mean, it definitely made me try harder and pay more attention to a lot of stuff. I think I would also say it really depends on your art school. I got kind of lucky that a lot of my experiences in art school were, I'm not going to say positive, but either they were easy for me to discount or positive.
I see. So you're either like, this is like silly old-fashioned advice about something that isn't doing me any good, and
Correct.
therefore I should ignore it. Okay.
Yeah, because it was kind of easy for me to filter certain things, because it's like, this teacher is literally only teaching this because it's the only thing he knows, and he's trying to keep his medium alive. So, specifically, like, the last class that I took in college was dimensional illustration. Not because I wanted to, not because I thought it would be fun, but because it was required for me to graduate, and if I didn't, then, you know, no degree for me. And I was like, I should be working on so many things. Yeah, you're probably right. We should probably...
Just fight
we
the
should probably
Empress?
turn the... Oh, well, I was going to say turn the rain off.
Oh.
There, I've cranked the spawn rating in.
Where did you put the hollow to? Is the ice area hollow?
Yeah.
Oh, not for very
So
long. Yeah.
What's the thing I'm looking for, by the way?
It's a little like. So it looks like a critter. It's this like glowing fairy that's flying very slowly. They're pretty easy to see, but they're pretty small. They're easy to see because they kind of like sparkle a little bit. But of course, it's a neutral, just a critter. So.
Oh, it will also say if there's a rare creature nearby, so I guess I don't have to look too hard.
Yeah, I think it should be seen by the lifeform analyzer.
Let's see. But yeah, so having having a number of teachers that were very specifically just kind of
found it.
terrible. Got it? Cool.
Yep.
Having a bunch of teachers that were expressly terrible, and like knowing that any advice that they gave was just going to be negative worth to me, it made it very easy for me to just kind of listen to them, and I guess improve accordingly. Whereas conversely, like, there were certain students and certain other teachers that, like, their advice was very important, but they were very good at giving criticism that was appropriate for me at the time, as opposed to just being like, you know, this is useless. So how Acolyte's girlfriend stopped doing imaginative landscapes, I never had that.
Yeah. And just to be clear, not stopped, but found it more difficult.
Yeah. Because the good teachers that I had actively supported that sort of thing and were very much like, you know, keep this up, you're doing great, this is the best work you've done. You know, maybe look at some landscape photos of, like, Norway, seeing as you've got, like, a coastal thing going on up in here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Whereas conversely, so there was the Dimensional Illustrator guy who, like, literally could not teach anything apart from his medium, and anything else just was not worth his attention. Which, like, he would even kind of talk derisively about modern techniques, and it's just like, you
whatever,
dinosaur? Yeah, like, I very much, I was polite to him, but I was never engaged. Let's see. Ready to spawn it up?
I wonder what will happen.
Oh,
the answer
no.
is, by the way, that I definitely can just, be
Yeah,
a
I was
magician.
wondering why there was so many birds.
And specifically, also what I did there was I had so many of them, but it turns out that we couldn't just, like, summon multiple
I
Empresses
know.
of Light.
I wonder if there are any bosses that you can super summon multiple of.
Well, so far, all we have succeeded at is summoning multiple, multiple instances of different bosses, so...
Yeah. I know there was
don't-
definitely, in the modded playthrough I was doing, there was definitely, some where I could actually straight up summon, every, like, hard mode boss at once. Which sounded real funny.
Yeah.
I think I might have to go back to being a ranged character, if only because all of these bosses are too fast.
Conveniently, the nurse is here, so in case you're just getting, like, dunked on.
No, she can't hit me as long as I'm on my Fishron mount, pretty much.
Okay.
Because I'm too fast for her.
It's a little bit odd to try and fight a boss who's not focusing on you. I don't know if I'm hitting her much.
Occasionally. Ow. Ow. Okay, this one's hurting.
Well, I'll just kill this wyvern over here so that it doesn't become a problem for you.
Go for it. You've actually taken more damage than me, I think.
Yeah, that's because there's a lot of stuff in the periphery that I, like, don't totally see coming for some of the tells.
And it
then I'm
smacks you, yeah.
Also, there was a wyvern. Oh, interesting. I am now getting... Oh, that's a bad place to go. Where'd you go? What are you up to?
Let's see. You might as well go take a break at the...
Gonna make the nurse wealthy at this rate.
Yep. As long as it doesn't make her dead.
But it's a thing to bring the nurse to boss fights, right?
Kinda, yeah. Depends on if you can actually properly defend.
So we're gonna fight her in her enraged state next, right?
Does she have a second state?
Specifically, well, I think she should be, like, getting into her, like, second state right now. So we should be seeing...
I think she's been in it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think not right now, when it's half or whatever. But if you fight her during the day, any hit is an instant kill.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I don't think we want to do it.
Nope.
But it seemed like journey mode is the place to do it if we're gonna.
Yeah.
We have to fight her again, right?
Yeah, give me a second. Let me get my shroomite armor back out.
Ah, that's a good point. I
Cuz
really do want to be Red Riding Hood.
like the idea of the Red Riding Hood set and the all of these sets are good, but I'm just not on the ground enough.
Haha, yeah. Really do use up the bullets here. Ooh. I'm really digging these rainbow blocks. Where are those coming from? Are those the bosses?
I have no idea.
Is that...
Oh, you want to do it. Best summon weapon only drops from her during the day.
Ah, well... I'm not into it. If you're into it, we can give it a shot. But I think it's going to be a lot of time spent with me not being good enough at this game to do it very well.
Yeah, my ambivalence is pretty dang high, because I'd say we fight her one more time, we wreck her business, and then we go waltzing off, crush the Moon Lord, and then load up a quick not the bees.
Hope you're ready.
I
didn't
was
really
not,
ask.
but that's okay. I wonder if I'm at maximum zoom out. I wonder if that would help. So one thing I will say is the Viking armor that I was using is actually really good, because it made my HP regen silly.
Oh. Huh. Where did the Viking armor even come from?
It's one of the it's one of the Dungeon Defender pieces of equipment.
Oh, okay. It wasn't... Is it like an upgrade to the Squire one, or...?
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
upper tier Squire one.
I see.
Also missing that defense bonus.
Oh, from the Iron Skin potion, or what?
No, from melee armor gives you a much higher defense.
Oh, yeah. It seems like stacking tons of armor is actually really powerful in this game.
Yep.
Like once you have enough damage reduction, you just want more of it, is how this game kind of operates. Okay, are you dead? You're not dead, are you?
Yeah, I died. Please
Oh.
don't die for like 15 seconds. She's
I was
almost
gonna
dead.
go heal up, but I guess you got that covered.
Got it.
her. Very, very nearly died. And this is why fighting her during the day would be a little tough. Oh, some of her attacks persist after the fight is over. Oh, we're like solidly out of the hollow biome. Good thing we could leave. Alright. Well, I need a treasure bag from you or something.
Yeah.
Empress of Light trophy. We're gonna definitely decorate this with it.
I guess you only need one, so I don't have to go find where her drop was.
Boom, bump, and oh, but now I need to find the bag among all of them. Hers should be easier to find, though. I think it's this one.
It should be super obvious.
There we go. Tell me if that's wrong. Probably not wrong.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Okay. Well, I guess we're rolling in it now, so that's cool. Soaring insignia. Grants infinite wing and rocket blue flight. Oh, I see. So we have to equip the wings with an insignia as well.
Oh, wow. Wait, so the insignia on its own is not successful, like,
Oh,
proper
well, you need
wings.
to have some kind of wings, right?
No, you just need the frostbark boots.
Oh, are the wings make you faster though, or
Heck
Do
if
I
I
just-
know.
we'll do a race. We'll figure it out.